folks, how are we doing? The floods are back. The video I recorded on Christmas Day with Delbor the new pup, that was the Ivel, and the Ivel was going down by then, but the Ouse has took over now and has deposited its load all over the shop. As you can see, this is one of our bottom yards, and the bales are about a foot up the bales, I think. And this actual yard is alright in itself. There's some little calf yards up just up there, and it's lapping at the straw in them, so it's not ideal because it's still going up at the minute. So this is the road we got. You see it's just lapping under the doors there, under the gates. Thankfully it's got to go another 6 inches, I think, before it starts to move down the yard, you know, get on top of the bedding. But you know, we've got quite a few calves in here, and we've got no spare yards, so all we'd have to do is cram them in with one of the other yards further up the hill a bit, like, and they'd be crammed in, but it'd keep their feet dry. That's the main thing. And like I say, it's still just coming up at the minute. The river itself is just where these trees are here. That's where the river is. And this drops, there's a significant drop here, sort of thing. And I should think if I was to be stood this side of them trees there at the minute, I'd be 4 foot in water, 4 or 5 foot, something like that. So not good, not good. There they are. I sent the drone up earlier, so we'll have a look at that footage. That was sort of about midday, I sent the drone up to take some footage. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. It just sort of shows the scale of it. I mean, it's not huge, but there's enough flooding about, put it that way. Let's just hope it don't come any higher. If it comes another foot higher, the farmhouse will be in trouble, and like I say, these calves will. It's already coming into the yard here, where this is just a bit lower here, like. So not good, really, not good. So this water trough is obviously about flush with the top of the tank there. There's about 3 foot deep roughly, because that sits on blocks. It did get a bit higher, and you could just see the post that is to the side of the tank, only the very top of it, about an inch of the top of the post when it got to its full height. We're now just going over the River Ivel to our right, and we've got the River Ouse coming up in front, and just to the right of the screen now is where the Ivel and the Ouse meet. And here you'll see we've got like a footbridge going over the Ouse. We've got a weir there as well, and a lock. So about halfway, you see where the lock gates are, top and bottom, about halfway between the two on the right hand side there is a weir there that obviously is not visible, and that's what the floats are in the top right of the picture, with the large branch hanging off them. That's to stop boats and anything going down the weir. They direct folk to the lock, which you can see are essentially fully underwater. Like I say, it did get a little bit higher, and that dividing fence disappeared. You can see that. Now this footbridge is quite interesting. It has been condemned for approximately a year, if memory serves me correctly, and in a minute you'll see why. It's always had a weight limit on of I believe 5 persons is the maximum weight limit for it. but like I said, about a year ago, and you can see how thin that is in the centre there. Very, very thin for such a long span. It's obviously steel reinforced, but you'll see here, I'll just do a little bit of a close-up. That's a crack there, so that essentially the centre bit droops where it's cracked. So like I say, it's been blocked off either end for about a year, and I believe they're putting a new bridge in at some point. But like I say, it's been a year already, and it's been nothing has happened so far. So we're going upwards now with the drone, and this is quite a good shot because it shows you how wide the river gets at this point, which is quite handy really, because it allows a lot of water to be stored. You'll see the river is in the centre there, just to the left of the the lake, which is just getting, which you saw in the shot a second ago, it was just starting to get infiltrated by the river. It was just starting to flow over the bank. Obviously when it rose it went up about another 6 inches from where it is at the minute, and it did infiltrate a bit more. But you can see in the distance is Great Barford, and eventually it goes to Bedford. You can see the floodplain area is a lot less. I mean, like I say, we are quite lucky with having such a large area for it to, the floodwater to occupy. Otherwise, if you didn't have that, it would go, it would go upwards, sort of thing. And flood more, more buildings and that. But we're looking. That's the A1 there in the centre of the picture now, and that crosses the Ouse just in the centre of the picture there as well. And you've got Kelpie Marina up there. They store a lot of boats and stuff. You can see it's not flooded that wide up there. It's quite steeply banked either side. And we're coming back down. That's the river there in the centre of the view. And that house to the right of you, just on a bit of dry land, only a little bit. It's just gone 8:30 now, and we are just starting to get the storm come. Wind has really picked up now. I'm just pushing the grub up for the cows for the night. We always push it up for them, so 8:30, 9 o'clock, check everything, check any calvers, anything like that. And have a look round, make sure all the cows are right and everything. And the levels seem to have hit their peak pretty much. Hasn't really come up since we finished milking about 5:30, 6. So that's that water where the calves are, and that's got no worse really. So that's good news, really. As long as we don't get too much rain overnight. I mean, they do forecast a few hours of heavy rain, so we'll see what it's like in the morning. But touch wood, we should be all right. Well, the cars should be right anyway. That's the main thing. So anyway, there you go. That's joys of living near a river, isn't it? So anyway, I'm gonna part this up and call it a night. Hope you enjoyed the little vid, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ta!